今日のドジャースはロッキーズ相手に8対7で延長11回のサヨナラ勝ち。海外メディアが大きく伝えたのは大谷翔平の299号ホームランと4打点の大活躍です。ただ試合は6対1から一度追いつかれる苦しい展開。最後は新人ラッシングがサヨナラ打を放ち、ドジャースがギリギリで勝利を拾いました。
5 games in to the season-long 10-game homestand. We've had some wild games, including this one tonight. For the first time this year, the Dodgers play an extra-inning game, and it results in their 5th walk-off win of the season on a night when they blew a 6-3 lead in the top of the 9th inning. It's Dalton Rushing, Jerry, delivering in the 11th inning, the walk-off winner, and the Dodgers are the first team in baseball to reach 60 wins.
Hey, listen, Dodgers, outstanding job, resilient Dodger team. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to give some credit to Colorado Rockies. They fought hard tonight. They didn't give up, and they swung the bats. Really credit them. But the Dodgers, resilient in their own right. Great job of battling back themselves. Time for the ball game, forcing extras, and then Dalton Rushing, clutch once again, walk-off win.
Listen, they persevere once again. I mean, this is the Dodger way. They never give up. They play to the final out. They're going to find a way. They give an opportunity, and even in extra innings. This is their first game. They've been into extra innings this year, but they still managed to do the little things, not only from the pitching. I was really impressed with Enriquez that last inning when he gets that ground ball, the way he was calm, understanding the situation, not rushing to make a good throw over to second to get the double play, get out of it. Then you see the sacrifice bunt by Tommy Edman. The bottom part of the lineup really doing an unbelievable job over the course of this entire game, and obviously the walk-off hit by Rushing. But I think overall, when you just look at it, the way this game progressed, the way it ended up, the perseverance and still staying in this game when they had the lead and then lost it. It's really easy to just kind of take the wind out of your sail. They didn't do that and found a way to win.
And a really good night all around for Dalton Rushing. He had that tag at the plate in the top of the 9th, which kept this a tie game after the Dodgers were able to challenge what was originally ruled a game, not maybe a game-winning RBI base hit there by the Rockies, but then he delivers. He had a couple doubles in this game, Nomar, and then delivers this walk-off, his 3rd hit of the game.
You know, as we mentioned, the bottom part of the line, here's a 9th hitter, as you mentioned. He had a couple of hits prior to that hit and getting the walk-off, but, you know, staying in the game, had the tag that they were able to review to keep the games tied at that moment. Rockies would have gone ahead late in the game, but here he was getting an opportunity to drive the ball, get something that he can handle out there, staying within the moment, and came through.
Doing little things, too. You know, sometimes, you know, obviously everybody knows the Dodgers have plenty of firepower. Great lineups they throw out every single night. But doing the little things, Tommy Edman, the sacrifice bunt. Here, Dalton Rushing, understanding the situation. Now, he didn't crush the ball, but what he did, he stayed in the middle of the field because they're drawing an infield, giving himself a chance to knock in that game-winning RBI knock. And again, just great defense all around for the Dodgers, executed when they needed to. And I said earlier, this Rockies team is a whole lot better than they were last year and the year before. They're young, they're hungry, they battle back. This is not going to be easy, this series, but I love the way the Dodgers fought and found a way to win this ball game.
And the Rockies fought as well, as you mentioned, Jerry. Tanner Scott had now not allowed a run in a month, and they're down to their final out. The Rockies were. Cole Carrick delivers a base hit to the gap in right center, and for the moment we thought that the Rockies had taken a 7-6 lead, but Dalton Rushing was able to get the tag to cut down the go-ahead run.
And credit Carrick going the other way. This really good piece of hitting. This is not a bad pitch. This is not down the middle. This is outer third. He goes the other way. Great relay. Miggy Rowe throws an absolute seed to Dalton Rushing. Dalton Rushing's able to apply the tag. You're going to see it here. Tags the left hand before the runner tags home plate. Great tag there by Dalton Rushing. Really a tough call for the home plate umpire, who really was in position. And really, we have the benefit of slow-mo. See the tag right there? Umpires don't. So the call on the field was safe, but now after further review, it was called out. Great job of getting it right. Great tag by Dalton Rushing. But it started in the outfield. Getting into Miggy Rowe, and Miggy Rowe, great relay to home.
No, you're right. It took a lot. I mean, every angle, because all the other angles we were watching, I was like, all right, he's safe. He's safe. And then, you know, so the umpire was in the right position. That's such a tough call. And, you know, there's the benefit of replay to be able to break that down. Not a knock on the umpire by any means, but to be able to really slow it down and see, wow, that you actually had the glove prior to that hand getting in. So it ended up working out in the Dodger favor. But I just love the mentality of the Dodgers overall, because in that moment, obviously you felt the momentum go back to the Rockies. especially since they tied it. Even though they didn't get that one run, it was definitely on their side. So they found a way to keep battling in order to win this game.
In the end, the Dodgers pull it out 8-7 in 11 innings. Let's head upstairs, check in one final time with Joe Davis and Eric Karros.
Well, the Dodgers see a 6-1 lead disappear, but still find a way to win the game 8-7 in 11 innings.
Yeah, perseverance. And look at it. Eric Lauer threw a pretty good ball game, and the offense continued to peck away. The defensive play of the night, though, was that relay. Paez to Rojas. Rush makes a great tag, and Dodgers stuck with it and ended up winning.
Now we get a chance to watch Justin Wroblewski make one more statement that he belongs on the National League All-Star team tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a tremendous first half, better than anybody could have expected. Pounds of the zone, going to go against a Rockies lineup that's aggressive. I expect him to, again, make his case for being in Philadelphia.
All right, looking for his 11th win of this first half. Dodgers and Rockies again tomorrow night at 7:10.
Improved to 7-0 when Eric Lauer pitches. Another quality start for him. Let's hear from Lauer with Kirsten Watson in the media.
Eric, when you look at just kind of navigating through their lineup, what would you say kind of was working well for you, and what do you think just allowed them to get those few swings off of you?
I think overall I was pretty happy with how I was commanding the ball. I think there was a few pitches that I missed locations pretty bad, so I think that kind of allowed them to, put the ball in play. But overall, I'm a little just frustrated with how I was throwing the ball. Definitely some things to tighten down, but kept us in it, so can't be mad about it.
When you look at this game, it's kind of crazy to think, but this is the first extra inning games for the Dodgers this season. Does it feel kind of like your outing was a long time ago, just considering how much has happened with them battling back and then ultimately us walking it off?
Yeah, I feel like anytime there's an extra inning game as a starter, you kind of feel like you pitched yesterday, just because a lot happens after you come out usually. So, but no, I think it was a great team win, and we battled all the way through.
Where were you watching extras from? And just there were so many crazy sequences. Mm-hmm. What was that like?
I was sitting right here and just watching the boys do it. So, really exciting game, really fun. So, that's all you can ask for in a baseball game, is to make it exciting.
The Dalton's been the center of some attention in recent days or weeks. To see him come through, play great defensively, and be the offensive leader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a great player, and I think he plays with a lot of moxie, and he definitely doesn't back down to anybody. And I think we love him for that. And he's a great guy that you want on your team and you want playing with you. So he's a great competitor, great guy. So I like him a lot.
Eric Lauer said he's a little frustrated with how he threw the ball tonight. And Omar, he's not a flashy guy out there on the mound. He's not blowing people away. But you look at it, every single time he has taken the ball as the Dodgers, he's putting his team in a really good position to win the game, which they were able to do once again tonight.
Yeah, and there are, little things, though, that he does really well. And I think that oftentimes get overlooked. I mean, one, he can frustrate you as a hitter. He's the type of pitcher that when you face as the opposing hitter, and then you go home, you're like, man, I was 0 for 4 today. Like, this guy got to be 0 for 4. Because, like as you mentioned, it's not something flashy, but he finds a way to get you out.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was that critical inning when it was bases loaded. The Rockies get bases loaded and nobody out. And then not only was the bottom of the lineup, you get a sacrifice fly, but it turns over to the top of the lineup, and he still minimized the damage to just one run. That was huge, because that was an inning where the Colorado Rockies could have had a really big inning and really changed the feel of this entire game. So little things like that where he manages to maybe minimize the damage at times, still kind of induce weak contact, and next thing you know, you're going over it, and now you're getting deeper in the ball game. That's what Eric Lauer does, and he's done that. Even we've seen that time and time again since he's been in the Dodger uniform.
And this is why down the Colorado Rockies improving to 4-1 on this homestand. We might not get to extra innings, Nomar, if not for a great relay there in the top of the ninth inning.
I'll tell you what, in the ninth inning, there was a lot of great things that happened in there. And not just for from the Dodgers. Actually, the Colorado Rockies, what they did in the ninth was really impressive. We got to break this down and go Access 360 and just kind of see if we can see all the little things that went on here. One, we know it was actually a really good at-bat going to right center, but you also look at the runners, even Goodman at first base. He has a good lead, but he takes off right away, doesn't hesitate, right there at first base. So this ball's in the gap. And then here you got Paez just spinning around like we've seen before and doesn't mess around and make the throw to the cutoff man. Now, this is not an easy play by Rojas. The reason why I say that is because when he catches the ball, he's actually going a little bit toward third and then has to change the momentum to throw it back across the home plate. That is really impressive in and of itself with the quick exchange and then the accuracy with that throw to get it to home. And now we're going to the tag. The tag by Dalton rushing. One, not blocking the plate. Great job. The ball carrying you in there. And then this close. Umpire's in a great position to make this call. And to be honest with you, by the umpire's view, I would call him safe as well because it looks like he gets the hand in there, that right hand in there, before the left hand is tagged there. But we have to break it down, try to see it in different angles to see that the left hand is being tagged. The right hand is still up, has not hit the plate just quite yet. I mean, we're talking about inches here. This is how close this play was. But the Dodgers ended up making that play just all around. There was a lot of good things happening there all at once, but for the Dodgers, critical in winning this game.
I've been watching Major League Baseball since I could crawl. I love everything about baseball. The exchange, Miguel Rojas, when he takes that exchange from the outfielders, he is probably the best I've ever seen. I mean, including the guy in St. Louis back in the 80s, including that guy in Baltimore who was the best second baseman I've ever seen. Miguel Rojas, I think, is number one ever seen. He got the ball and went right to his ear. He didn't wait, no wasted movement, because he knew it was going to be bang, bang in the plate. He went boom to his ear and then rocket to home plate. That little stuff like that, man, is everything in this game. Miguel Rojas, best I've ever seen with that exchange.
That helped the Dodgers get this one to extra innings where they walk it off in 11, 8-7. Let's head inside and hear from the skipper, Dave Roberts.
He had a great night. I think he just willed himself to make something happen. He's having good at bats, and he's already had one walk off at home, and that was great. And I think he was just kind of find his way to put the ball in play and make something happen.
Good situation going into extras. What were you seeing from Tanner Scott tonight?
I thought tonight this was the first time in a while that we didn't see that fastball command. I think that the one thing he's been very good at is commanding the baseball, and tonight he just wasn't sharp.
That play at the plate in the ninth, where Dalton's insistent that you do the replay, what were you seeing in that moment? Not free ball, the one in the ninth.
Yeah, no, it was we just wanted to take a look at it and thought we should just give it a shot. But yeah, that he was just very convicted about it.
What did you see on the play 10th with Carrick and Russian?
I don't know. I think that what happened is Carrick said something, aloud, not directed at Dalton. Dalton thought something was directed at him, and then we cleared the air, and basically a big misunderstanding.
Dave, you said early on in the season that certain guys would need to step up in the bullpen with key relievers out. What have you seen from Edgardo Enriquez in the first half? How valuable has he been to you?
He's been very valuable. He's really, really grown up and earned, higher leverage, and to be able to go back to back, do what he did. The PFP to get the double play was huge. His calm in big spots. You're starting to see it. He's throwing strikes, throwing the breaking ball when he needs to, and he's now, unfazed by certain moments and higher leverage. So he's a guy certainly we trust.
He's always had the stuff, but now he has the ability to command it and then really pitch to situation. How much does that change how you can use him going forward in higher leverage situations?
Well, I think also you can add on the fact that he's really managing the left-hand hitters too. I think that was something that got him a little bit, whether it's the walk, the hard contact, but now he's incorporated that curveball, the cut fastball to go along with his 100-mile-an-hour fastball. So he's doing a much better job of managing those guys. So now you feel like, when lineups are more staggered these days, it doesn't really matter the lane, that we put him in.
Were you feeling a little rusty with your extra inning game planning?
We only had one guy left. So Evan was the last guy, and then I was contemplating if it got a little longer, if Alfonso was going to make his debut on the mound. So there were certain guys I just wasn't going to pitch tonight. So I'm happy we won it then.
But you haven't had to even think extras all season long.
Not really. We've done a good job of, the games that we need to win, we win. And if there is a bottom of the ninth at home, we find a way to, finish it off. So we haven't had a lot of those, which is great.
Shohei was 3 for 4 with an home run. So is his biceps okay?
Yeah, biceps good. Tonight was the first time in a while that he really looked like Shohei. Took a cutter, which was actually a pretty good pitch, for the homer, and then lines the ball with the infield drawn in, and then gets another hit. So, tonight looked more like Shohei, and even his out in the first inning was a rocket, to the center fielder.
What do you think had been off with Shohei before tonight?
I don't know. I think that, you expect this every night, but I think that sometimes there's a little bit of trying to work the mechanics, or maybe a little overall fatigue, body fatigue. I don't know. But tonight, I think everyone tonight felt refreshed. We had an earlier game last night, and the weather was great. So I thought tonight guys looked a little bit more energized, to be honest.
Dalton's been under a little bit of scrutiny the last week or two. What do you think it means he's feeling to be the offensive hero?
I think the scrutiny, that was just one thing in the sense of, early parts. I think that we've nipped that, some of the emotions that he's had. Obviously a couple weeks ago with the Shohei thing that we cleaned up, and then outside of that, he's just been playing good baseball. So I'm very happy that he's minding his pitchers, doing his job, and then also offensively, he's really, really on a nice run.
If Ohtani's next home run will be his 300 in the major leagues, when you hear that number, does it feel like, oh, he got there quick, or does it feel like I would have guessed he had more?
Quick. Not too long. We're always talking about the 500 club, and so for him to get to 300, I still think, given some of the time that he's missed with the surgeries, it's been pretty dang quick for me.
You guys
60 wins in 92 games.
How do I evaluate? With a lot of wins, playing good baseball. There's still, obviously things that we can work on to get better at, but we're consistently, for the most part, we're pitching well. We play really good defense, and, case in point, that Miguel Rojas relay was a huge play. The PFP from Edgardo tonight, we get outs we're supposed to, and we play really good defense. And, the hitting, the bats are coming to life, which is great. Mookie's come to life, and Freddie and Shohei have been consistent. Max has been consistent all year. Getting Tommy in the mix has been great. So, a lot of good things.